Hello YouTube. I want to tell you about an experience that I had at one of the Walmarts in League City off of I-45. I was sitting out there one day in my car with my family, and we were waiting for Uber orders to come in because I was a gig driver. This is a while back. I'd been out there on and off for a few days in the evenings because it was a good market area to work, so I thought we were making really good money for Uber. But one day I'm sitting there in a parking space and I had marked my car on the sides with fire engine red and yellow reflective tape. It's not illegal to do this. I looked up Texas law, and I had seen other people put on the tailgates of their vehicles when parking on the street so that people don't rear end their vehicle. It's parked in the right lane in front of their homes. So I had it on the sides and the back of my car because my car's been hit like 6 times. And this is back when I had that car. It ended up being the case that somebody had called to report the car as suspicious. And they had a lot of thefts at that Walmart right there off of Main Street. And I see this cop circle very, very close to my car in his cruiser and give me a funny look through the window. I said to myself, what the heck is going on? What did he want? Because I hadn't even been in Walmart that day. It's not illegal to park in their parking lot. As a 1099 worker, there are a lot of restaurants around there. And so this cop calls for more people, and more cops show up. And he's about probably 100 feet away from my car at this point, and they're talking to each other through the windows. And about that time, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna roll out. Something doesn't feel right here. And he ends up pulling me over after I get out there on the freeway, headed northbound on 145 on the feeder road. I hadn't actually emerged on the highway yet. So I pulled in front of this barbecue restaurant into the parking lot, the parking space, and him and 2 other cruisers show up. There's a total of like 5 cops. I'm like, oh boy, what the hell's going on? Well, he ends up demanding to search my car. He asked me what I'm doing so far outside of the area that I live in. It's none of his business. I hadn't committed any crime. So the reason he pulled me over was because I was missing a front plate. And meanwhile, I'm looking around and there are cars literally driving by every couple of seconds with no front plate on them. My car had some pre-existing collision damage in the front. I said, look, I haven't done anything. And I lost the plate in a crash recently. Somebody had destroyed the front end. They hit the bumper. And he ends up asking if I have any weapons in the car. I had a weapon in the car for protection because a couple of times people tried to hold me up or they tried to charge my car. I had like 4 separate incidents in a year doing deliveries where I encountered dangerous situations. So I had protection with me. And I pointed to him, exactly where it was, showed it to him without touching it. And he ends up demanding to search my car. He separated me and my family from one another, questioned my children apart from me, they're teenagers. And he asked them their names, their dates of birth. He already had ID for me at that point. I'm like, what the heck is going on? This is a very rich area that I was Ubering in, Uber Eats. And He ends up letting me off with a warning after patting me down. My pants fell down in front of the restaurant in broad daylight in front of all these officers and my children, because he was frisking me. And I said to him, man, it's ridiculous. I got the whole thing on video. I'm going to upload it to YouTube later on. My son was recording. But I literally hadn't done anything. It made me very uncomfortable. And I had been profiled. I wasn't the only one. There were other officers there, and they were literally just laughing as he was doing this. And he got one of them involved to question the kids. But they had said they had a lot of thefts at that League City Walmart off of 45. It's right next to a Whataburger. And I said, well, I haven't stolen anything. I haven't even been to the store. And you got a security force here that's, apparently hyper vigilant. But I don't recommend going to League City's Walmart. I don't shop there anymore. I don't shop the one in Friendswood either, because I got bothered by security once just for being there. Same deal. Working for Uber, sitting in my car one day. I was there late in the evening, and they came and they told me I needed to move my car to another lot. And completely illegal request. I wasn't trespassing. I hadn't been loitering for a long time or anything. I only been over there for a few hours. And I put them on a list of businesses that we won't do business with anymore. But you need to be especially careful at the League City Walmart, because they will call the police on you simply for being there. Even if you're not sleeping in their parking lot on the ground or stealing or committing any kind of crimes. I noticed that none of the big rigs in the area would park there. So they've apparently called the police on other people for. I read about a guy who bought a wristwatch in there. He had his receipt. The store called the police on him, so the police after him to chase him in the parking lot. But it's absolutely ridiculous. You shouldn't do business with any business that does that to its customers, its paying customers. I had paid for stuff there before, But what the police did in League City was completely illegal and unconstitutional. You don't have probable cause to search somebody's vehicle just because they're missing their front license plate. I had my rear plate. It was current. My driver's license was current. I told them, you can drug and alcohol test me right here, right now, and you're not going to find anything because I haven't done anything, and I don't do anything. I'm just a working class person with a family. Don't do business with Walmart in League City. And if the League City police do this to you, you need to report them. I contacted their internal affairs department, told them considering filing a complaint. What they're banking on is that people are too poor to afford a lawyer or to make a court filing when they engage in harassment and illegal behavior against us as citizens. If people allow these things to happen, then they're just going to keep doing it to the people. It's government overreach at its worst.